My position on it will be that I am surprised that America is not being more active with boots on the ground here to find its own people. We'll get into that. We also have a spokesperson for Hamas. Now, there are many people who will be like, great, I want to hear both sides. There'll be people saying, no, don't talk to them, they're terrorists. I think it's really important to expose how Hamas itself deals with explaining what is so obvious about this situation. I think no matter how you feel going into it, it's very important to understand what it is that you oppose or what it is that you think you support. So we have that tonight. But I will tell you, Leland, the big change in the state of play here, and you've been mentioning it tonight because you're so savvy about the region, having been based out of here, the activity in the north is the X factor here. There's no question that Israel is getting ready. We watched it today for a major ground invasion into Gaza. That's expected. How do they divide forces to deal with the north? Yep. Is this just a tease from Hezbollah and maybe from Syria in the east? Or are they part of a coordinated attack with Hamas? Because then you're going to have a very prolonged and ugly situation.
I mean, I would argue we're going to have a prolonged and ugly situation either way, and also that they are coordinated, and they're coordinated by Iran. It'll be interesting to watch. You're right, whether Hezbollah goes all in. I'd argued earlier that they would not. Real quick, Chris, the outrage and the anger you're feeling in Israel, when I was there, there was one guy held in Gaza, Gilad Shalit. The Israelis traded 1,000 prisoners. Mm-hmm. I feel as though the Hamas miscalculated. They thought Israel would back down if they had enough prisoners and negotiate. The overwhelming feeling I'm getting from the Israelis I talked to is one of vengeance. They realize that rescuing these prisoners is unlikely at best. Really almost an impossible task, and therefore the only option is revenge. Is that what you're hearing on the street?
It's hard to get past the pain right now. I don't hear a lot of clearly articulated, here's what we're going to do about it at any level, to be honest. There's so much pain. There's so much shock, and yes, of course, anger. It's an interesting perspective you have on it, that maybe they're thinking that Hamas is so bloodthirsty that this can only go one way. It'll be interesting to hear if Hamas's spokesperson is willing to say that they're going to give those hostages back. It's very interesting to hear whether or not they'll own what seems so real to everyone here.
Well, I'll look forward to the interview. Thank you. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Stay safe over there. Coming up. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.